Hello everyone, in this video we are going to learn about the usage of floats in our CSS. Basically this float is a property in CSS which places an element on the left or right side of its container, which allows the text and inline elements to wrap around it. And when you apply a float property to a particular element, the element is removed from the normal flow of the page and replace it to the left or right side of its container based on our value to the float property. Okay, without wasting any time, let me move further into the topic. If we see in our project, we have this single line which represents this picture details. That means this Alan Curtis Cree was born on May 17, 1940. This is the general paragraph that is describing this particular picture. That means if I want to make this line to this alignment, right? For example, if I want to make this only particular line, this only particular paragraph which represents or which describes this particular picture, I want to make this line to the right side of this picture. That means I want to place this line here, right here, which I am drawing here. For that we have an usage of floats. And one thing that I need to tell you that from here we are going to learn everything about the layouts. That means we are going to add a different layouts for our web page to bring our web page a more beautiful. Okay, let me move and show you how the float will work. Here, let me consider this paragraph element. If I consider this paragraph here in our markup language, I think it is here, right? Here we have paragraph, right? What I will do here is first I will include one class here, right? I am including one class like float para, right? I am including float para class, and within this image I am including another class as float image, float img. Okay, I am included these two classes for the image and this paragraph. Okay, for this image and for this paragraph. Okay, within our CSS file I will consider that class selectors which we have created in our markup language. Here I am using float img class selector. Okay, and I am also using float para class selector. Okay, I am including these two class selectors for bringing you a better picture on float property. And here I will include for this particular image my float property as left. I am including my float property as left. Okay, and if you see the changes here, see the entire thing will be aligned based on our property. If I consider here right, see here, the whole thing will be turned to the right side. That means we are considering the image here and the entire remaining paragraphs will be ordered in this manner. And the thing here is, we for this alignment, for this particular para alignment, we have to consider some margins, right? We have to consider from margins and the paddings, which makes our description of the image at the normal view which we want. And I am minimizing it and I am turning it to the left. And within the float para, I will include some properties like padding and the margin. I will include padding left. Okay, I am including padding left as 20 pixels. Okay, for now I am including my padding left as 20 pixels for this particular description. I am refreshing the page and there is no change. The one thing that you need to keep in mind is, if I am inspecting this thing, see here, when you take a look over it, this is the content, right? I am including the padding of 20 from the left side, right? It will be applied, but it is not sufficient to our element to move this particular paragraph to the center. So that we need to add some extra padding, and I will add around 100 pixels of padding left for the left side. If I go into refresh the page, see, still there is no change, but the padding will be applied. See, the padding will be exactly at the 100 pixels. Okay, if I increase my padding to another some value, it will be applied successfully. For example, I will include my padding to 150 pixels. See the change now. it will be saturated. Okay, but I don't need this entire stuff here. I want to continue this paragraph from here, right? From here. Okay, from this interface, this starting page of the paragraph should be aligned. For that, I want to add my padding bottom for this particular element. Okay, or else I can also add my padding top. For example, if I am including my padding top for this particular float para, I am including my padding top as nearly 50 pixels. If I going to see somehow we have reached our result. And if I include some padding bottom to make sure that this paragraph should be moved to the some bottom, I am including my padding bottom also, my padding bottom to another 50 pixels. Let me see the change. See, now the page is looking very nice, right? The thing is, this is the thing that we need to consider in this video to make sure that the usage of floats in our web page. And if you consider in the CSS box model, we have a margin of around 20 at the bottom. If we take that margin, if we remove that margin from this particular element, we have this paragraph starting from here. For that, I am removing my margin to 0. Okay, I am considering my margin to 0. You can also make the changes for these dimensions for the margins also. But now I am taking the dimensions for the padding. See here, there is no margin for this particular element, right? The margin will be removed. And we have this paragraph starting from here. And for a better understanding, I want to make my paragraph in a strong element, which is having an high preference text. Okay, within this paragraph, I am including my strong element, right? I am removing this thing from here and pasting over it here. If you observe the changes, see, this is the general thing that I need in this video. And if I want to decrease the padding left to some other value like whatever we have 150, and I am decreasing it to 130 pixels to place it near to the picture. See, this is the best way to describe the picture. That means the person in the picture's name is Alan Kotiske and his date of birth is May 17th, 1940. Okay, this is the general representation and the correct way of representing this picture. And I think you might have the best picture of how to use the floatings in our web page and how to make use of float properties in our web page. We have a lot of usages with this float, and we also have a CSS grids which gives us a best and easy way to get the same result. We will see those concepts in the later. In the next video, we are going to work on these floats a bit more. Okay, thank you for having with me here, and we will catch up in the next video.